Thank you so much for listening to Roll for Focus. Don't forget to rate and review us wherever you listen. And if you want to support us more, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. Or if you can't afford to subscribe to us full time but still want to help, you can go to our Ko-fi and make a one-time donation. Enjoy the episode! Happy Pride from the Roll for Focus crew. In honor of Pride, at the end of the month, we'll be donating half of all the profits we make and any extra donations y'all want to give to the Transgender Education Network of Texas. Being Texas-based ourselves, we wanted to try and do what we could to help our neighbors. TENT is the largest BIPOC, trans-led, trans-focused policy, education, and advocacy organization in Texas. And they have worked to help file over 145 proactive bills to enrich Texan lives and provide the community with food, safe spaces, workshops, and counseling support. So if you've been thinking about getting some of our dope merch or thinking about joining our Patreon, there's no better time than now. Or if you just want to donate to us on Ko-fi. Check out TENT at transtexas.org and have a happy Pride. Hello and welcome to Roll for Focus. With me I have...
Mars, pronouns he, they. I'll be playing our ever-changing fighter, Rokain, he, him.
I'm Cody, pronouns she, they. I'm playing our lovely single dad, Leon, and Ygin, who's a little grumpy right now. Pronouns he, him.
Just a whittle grumpy?
Just a whittle grumpy right now.
I would love to hear that in like Egan's voice. I'm just a whittle grumpy.
I'm just a whittle grumpy right now.
Amazing. We have other people.
Do we?
I mean, after that.
Yeah. I was after that.
Have fun following that up.
I can't live up to anything better. I'm Artemis, pronouns they, them. I'm playing Zealous, the tiefling sorcerer, pronouns he, him.
And I'm Emily. Pronouns they, them.
Hey, they just want me to stop making the pronoun they, them joke.
And I play everyone else in the world, including the person that is making Ygin grumpy. Just a whittle grumpy.
Just a whittle grumpy. I don't like it. Let me pull a Chris Evans here.
You wouldn't like it when I'm angry.
I didn't like that.
Last time, things were going great. Everyone was working together seamlessly, getting ready to go out and stop Chandra from doing something stupid. Lexori sent a sending on the behest of Rokain, and as everyone was ready to go, Chandra kicked the door down, and then everything was a lot less okay. There was fighting, there was hitting, there was dehumanization of a victim, all those nice things. And as stated, Ygin was a little grumpy.
Just a little. Just a scooch.
Just a smidge. He almost yelled.
He got very stern. He was very stern.
But Chandra was told to go cool off. The group was shown to the room. The person who had been ichorthropified,
Tied up downstairs.
tied up, but left to naturally come to.
And no more ichorthrope, just lycanthrope now.
Yeah, just a lycanthrope.
Yep.
We fixed the ichor part.
And then the group went to their room to settle their things and also have a conversation that Rokain said needed to happen. And that is where we'll start.
So I'm guessing we're all in the room now, just us three.
Yes.
Like, sorry, showed us in. made an extra long cot for Ygin. I got a twin double long now. And then she left us be.
He takes a deep breath, and he's going to start it off with the only way he knows how. I did something stupid.
Really? You?
What happened, Rokain? When?
Well, technically, I guess, before you guys woke up this morning. If
Care
you
to elaborate?
want to go ahead and pull out the map.
Ygin will kind of furrow his brow, but pull it out of the bag of holding. And then, assuming that's the next step, open it
Yes.
and see Kursai, not Tilly.
Yep.
Kind of brow still furrows, looks up at Rokain.
Who's that?
Yeah, because at this point, Ygin just assumes it was, I looked up someone else on the map, not even jumping to the assumption of I left entirely.
Yeah.
And also, you guys have not heard the name.
No,
Kursai.
yeah, you don't know Kursai. Yeah, it's just, it is not Tilly.
Who's that?
My mentor, in ways to put it, he taught me how to fight, taught me a lot of the stuff that I know that's not, he taught me a lot of survival, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And, well, I thought he was dead the day that Caxus saved us. Turns out he's not. And it gets worse.
Okay.
I went there and talked to him.
Looks at map again. Can I tell where that is?
It's in Muss.
You went to Muss this morning,
Yes.
alone.
Yes.
There's just like a deep sigh from Ygin. After being so angry at Chandra, he doesn't have the energy to be angry right now. And this is like, it's not low grade compared to it. It's just like, God damn it, another fucking thing.
He told you he was going to add on
yeah.
to the problems.
Oh yeah, and like I said, Egan's not angry. He's just more concerned than anything. Because again, parallel, you went off alone and could have gotten yourself killed.
Yep. That's why he said I did something stupid. Turns out the sense that Caxus was getting from that place might be Kursai, as he is actively and fully aware that he has the powers of Icor.
He's infected?
Or Rokain nods. We talked about it. He explained the idea and thought process of what he thinks the Icor could be used for. And
Which is...
peace? Bringing
Peace?
everyone together? Not... I told him what I thought, which it sounds a lot like mind control to a point, which isn't all that great.
No.
But he said that it's not like what we've seen before. Not with how everyone was, aggressive or angry or willing to fight. He won't raise a sword to me.
But just not to you.
And I had that thought too. But I told him that I would tell you guys first before I made any decisions, because that's not just a decision for me to make.
Decisions about what, Rokain?
Releasing the person that's trapped that controls the Icor.
Who is that person?
He wants to release
Don't
the
know.
Icor?
He thinks that if she's could control it to bring about some kind of connection with, understanding and compassion and everything that...
So nice mind control.
Yeah, you told him that was crazy, right?
I told him that I wouldn't make a decision alone. Not without you two.
You
Or
know that's
Texas.
crazy, right?
Kind of, yes.
I mean, everything we've seen with the Icor. why on earth is putting more out there a good thing?
And why does he assume this person would use it for good?
I don't know. I told him that after I was done doing what I needed to do, that we would talk to him again.
About releasing the person?
He nods.
I think the answer there is no.
I don't disagree, Zealous, but I do think we should, at the very least, talk with him to see if we can get more information about who this person is. We shouldn't let them go, especially with as little as we know.
He's also told me about the truth of what my father's been doing and how not great he is. So...
What has your father been doing?
Do you have any specifics on that?
just some backhanded deals and plans to take over. Not take over, but gain power.
So regular corrupt politician things, not Icor politician things.
As of right now, that's all I know.
So your father could be infected with Icor too?
It's possible. I honestly doubt it, though. As much as I hate to say that. He's also not meeting anyone's gaze.
Yeah, I was about to say, at this point, Ygин's just like, he sat the map down at this point, and he's just like rubbing his hands over his whole face because he's so tired already. Like, everything with Chandra just like drained everything out of him, and now this is kind of like the baby 2.0 version of what they just talked about.
Yeah. He sees it.
The more well-meaning?
No, yeah, like, he's not, like I said, he's not mad at Rokain. He's just very tired right now.
Dallas is mostly just confused.
Planned to tell you guys sooner, especially whenever I gave you the map, but then we had to come here as soon as possible to make sure.
No, yes, I understand why. You weren't trying to hide it from us, just yes, something seemingly more important was at the forefront. And you did tell us that you needed to talk to us about something important.
I made a selfish decision, and I'm sorry.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but I also don't blame you for wanting to check on him.
I was going to say, wanting to know if somebody you care about is okay. I don't think that's selfish. I'm kind of surprised you didn't do that when we first got the map, if you didn't know he was alive.
I thought he was dead.
But all of a sudden now you thought he was alive?
I don't know. Okay?
Just needed to know for sure one way or the other.
Yeah, so I'm surprised you didn't do that back when we first got the map. And
it's the leaving without telling us that I have the biggest problem with. You could have gotten hurt going somewhere alone with us having no idea where you were.
I know.
Did you see any Iclings or anything? Did any come after you?
No, it was just him. Granted, he appeared as my father before.
Huh?
I don't... I'm assuming it's how Tilly kind of transformed herself.
He's transforming himself into your father?
It just seems to be an ability he gained from the Icor, the ability to shapeshift.
Yeah, it's just he had some kind of ability to take on an appearance of my father. He said that he was doing good as my father in order to kind of, I guess, counteract what my father has been doing.
That could
lead
to its own issues if your father finds out someone's impersonating him.
I know.
Yeah, that.
Why
I can't imagine, like, and also then isn't there the, like, if your father's not there, won't people get confused?
I didn't say all his ideas were great. He's even though he's corrupted, he's trying to do good.
Did you...
Isn't that what we're trying to do?
Yes. Did you offer to take the Icor out of him?
He shakes his head.
Why not?
I thought about it, but I guess I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, you were concerned that he would die without it.
Rokain also may not
yes,
want to
that's
admit
right.
that.
I thought he might.
I
have
did
forgotten.
forget about that, but
Yeah,
I do
that
like.
was the main reason.
Nah, he's gonna keep that to himself.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. I just could tell you trying to remember, like, why didn't I offer that?
I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, but no.
But it could have just been the same reason if I didn't ask what the bitch's name who controls the Icor is. It just didn't dawn on him, but yeah.
That's why I said that we would go back and talk to him. Because I can't... I don't think of the obvious questions all the time.
You're clouded by your care for him.
He nods his head to that.
I mean, I don't have a problem, I guess, going back and talking to him if he's willing to talk to us. But yeah, we should get the Icor out of him, and I don't think we should be releasing more Icor.
Even if supposedly this person can control the Icor.
But that's only what
I
he says.
If you would let me finish a thought, Zealous. That doesn't mean that she will follow through on a promise or that
That's
she
true.
will be as altruistic with it as he claims she will be. But if he wants to parlay, I'm willing to parlay and sit down and talk with him, yes. I want more information. I agree we shouldn't release her, but if getting more information means he thinks we're willing to, I'm willing to fib on that front.
Did he say who it was?
I didn't ask.
How could you not ask?
Someone he thought was dead that he cared about wasn't Zealous.
Zealous is like, okay, you know, the expression-wise, like, fine.
Yeah.
But thank you for telling us about this.
Did you tell him we'd be coming back by a certain point, or...?
No, I just said that we would be back. I could easily get, like, a sending scroll or something.
Well, for now, unless we deem it necessary, otherwise I see no harm in leaving him up on the map.
Right now, saving your friend in this place is top priority.
Yes. If we change our mind...
I mean, I think it's more important to know where Tilly is. I don't think she's going to be nearly as cooperative, but if he thinks...
Tilly was in the same area, just not there whenever I arrived.
Alright.
Her blob before I changed it was assuming elsewhere.
Basically on the other side of the city then, because I was. Which,
still in the same city, but just not.
Are they working together?
I don't think...
if they are, it is not willing.
Yeah, that's right.
Kasai's.
He did bring
not
up,
like Tilly.
He told us how there's a big plan, and the person that saved him had an idea.
Who saved him?
I didn't ask that either, but
Zealous just kind of bites his tongue.
he did say that some people are brought into the fold, because that's what he said, that he isn't too thrilled to be working with, such as Tilly.
Alright.
If you trust him more, I feel like the map should be on Tilly, because if you can send to him and he just tells us where he is, I don't think we could get that from Tilly.
No.
The map is no longer in my control.
But it's still a group decision. Should be moving forward on who it's on.
Okay.
So, if you think we can more easily get Kasai's location from him later, we're on agreement, we can switch it back to Tilly.
Okay.
Besides being infected, did he seem okay if you thought he was dead?
Yeah, he seemed fine.
Seem as much like himself as he could be.
Yeah.
That's good.
And from what you knew, not possible, as Caxus told you.
Yeah. We're just learning all sorts of shit that when we come back and give Caxus a proper debrief, his whole world's gonna get turned upside down. It's fine. First, everything about the ancestors potentially using Icor to Kursai not being a violent maniac with Icor.
Not that we've seen anyways.
Not that we know of.
Well, you haven't ever really mentioned a whole lot about it. What happened when Caxus rescued you? You never mentioned Kursai before.
Well, we were camping. Well, attempting to camp.
Uh-huh.
Then we were attacked by Icor monsters. He told me to run, I ran, and then I motions to his eye.
Reasonable to assume he might have not made it out of that.
Yeah.
I think Zealous is going to go give Rokain a hug.
Yeah. It's like, it's not full dad hug from Ygin, but you do get the patented Ygin shoulder squeeze as well.
Full hug from Zealous.
He doesn't move. He doesn't do nothing. He wasn't expecting it.
No, that's fair.
He was expecting you guys to be angry with him.
Ygins used all his anger for the day right now.
You gotta reload.
Yeah.
Even if he hadn't,
No, yeah, he wouldn't be like mad. It's just this is...
be hands on hip,
Yeah.
dad mad.
Dad disappointed. But also, at least internally, recognizes this is growth for Rokain. This is a lot that he shared this with them. So, kind of once they have their little moment, when they step back, he'll do whatever he needs to do with the map to change it back to Tilly.
Just say Tilly.
Then, yeah, kind of hold it and say her
Have
name.
her
then.
face in your name.
Her face in my name. That's difficult.
Her face
probably-
in your mind.
Yeah. We'll do so to kind of trigger it back to her name.
She seems to currently be moving on probably a boat, given the transport. And it's hard to say the
'Cause
direction.
It's just like ocean.
But if you had to guess a direction, it kind of looks, because it is slowly moving, it's going towards Gita.
Yeah,
Or, yeah.
Well,
Mus is somewhere else.
up
Mus is
through
up.
Lorcorta.
Yeah.
Yeah, so coming south, maybe?
Yeah, I know I posted the full map in Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's up and there's a bit of water, but
Yeah, looking at that map for a moment, it's like, does it look like she's heading down towards Gita?
Yes, it does.
particularly so, boss.
Yeah. I think Egan's like gently hackling at
But
that.
again, she's not close enough to be sure. It's just like if you were gonna see the angle at which
Yeah.
she's going, it would be straight towards Sorbas.
And even still, like, while that's still a bit of travel, his home is in South Sarbos, or she's hitting North Sarbos coming from Mus.
Yeah, we don't know
Where?
exactly she's headed, yeah.
He just doesn't like her being that close to his home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zealous doesn't like that either. We should keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Is Kursai going to be staying in Mus for a while?
I can only assume. I'll have to ask him more whenever we get into contact with him again.
I'm guessing your parents don't know he's alive if he's pretending to be your father.
I don't know.
Well,
That's a lot we can talk to Kasai about once we get things here taken care of.
In that moment, it probably also, because Rokain has not talked about how Kosai is as a person, especially, I think to both of you, you should, obviously not at this moment unless you have the time, but you're both very smart. He's not in the state to do it, but he's saying he's no different. You need to know what that means, like, who was Kosai, because he's too close. We can see the differences where you can't.
No, yeah. It'll be a once he's not kind of a shell of himself at the moment, ask for more about Kursai, who he was, kind of get a baseline, yeah.
yeah.
But now's not the time to poke him about that, and we have other shit to deal with here.
Zealous would like to definitely question more, but yeah, the couple of questions he has managed, like, oh yeah, Rokain's not really
For you.
in this place to What'd you get?
I got 3 white stones.
Nice.
One for you, one for Cookie.
Aw, I got a white stone too.
Friendship hug. And Pat.
And so did Cody.
Yes.
Yeah, for now, Ygin will roll the map back up and put it back in the bag of holding.
Did you tell him anything about what we've been doing or anything?
No, I specifically left out stuff we were doing. I couldn't give him too much information.
Nothing about Caxus, right?
No.
Okay.
Though he did seem to know you had a guardian. And I can't remember, I don't think he mentioned him by name, but he seemed...
No, it was always your friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, Rokain was, because this was technically an enemy, he did not give out specific information, just because that is not his information to give out.
Because it affected all of us.
Yeah. And a completely different topic that kind of still falls into this topic, because this is our life.
A vaguely amused look on Egan's face with an arched brow.
Yeah, a little amused as well.
You said we've told them you're willing to tell them everything. Are we going to explain the part where we can also use the Ichor?
I've mentioned that it affects us differently. When there are calmer heads and that is more explained, I don't necessarily see the harm in letting them know we can channel it in our own way as well, while we're not infected.
I mean, Raiden wanted to kind of...
I don't know if we really should. Kind of hesitate.
It's like,
If Chandra's not infected, but she realizes it can be used, it seems like maybe the type to go get infected.
I'm okay telling basically everyone but Chandra, and I'm iffy on Raiden, knowing the full extent of it. I trust Lexori.
Will they tell Chandra and Raiden, though?
If I ask her not to, no.
But that's just like, sorry about everybody else.
I would trust Monkek and Holland with it as well. Again, with the caveat of not right. Now's not the time to tell Chandra about it, and I don't think they would disagree. And I wouldn't mind telling Audie either, but since she's not really in fighting fit at the moment, there's no need to burden her with more of it at the moment.
I feel like Raiden could be useful in maybe kind of looking into it.
There's an unintentional internal cringe every time Raiden's name is said. Every time his name is said, Egan's like, this fucker. And I get a black stone for that. Look, he's playing nice, but he still hates that man. No! I don't mind talking to Raiden about how we've seen Ichor affect other things and how it doesn't affect us the same, but play it by ear with Raiden on if he gets more information than that, because I don't fully trust him not to immediately go to Chandra and tell him everything of every conversation we have with him. He worships the ground Chandra walks on, and always has. It's one of the reasons he doesn't like me.
Mm.
Kind of shakes his head.
He didn't look happy to be in that position.
No, but Ygin just kind of gives a helpless shrug. That doesn't mean he's going to change immediately. He may not. What happened with Chandra today shook him. Even I could see that much. But that is the first shake in decades of being under her.
Mm.
Up until today, she could do no wrong as far as he was concerned, or there was a reason for any potential wrong she did.
Gotcha.
Kind of like Rokain used to be with his father. What?
Yeah.
You know them better than we do, so if you think we can, I feel a little bit like how we kind of owed Roland an explanation that at this point they deserve something too.
Yes, and if they're going to help us against this, if we're going to help each other, they need to know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
And I've already told Lexori, and therefore the rest of them, most of what's been going on. Yes, we've learned more since that communication, but...
I still don't like the idea of using Icor, but I know it doesn't affect us like it does. It seems like everybody else.
And even if you don't like using it, we can use it.
Yeah, but I don't know, maybe not put that idea in other people's heads if they think they can do the same thing.
I would say I don't worry about that with pretty much all of them but Chandra. Especially with where she's at right now, she would be dismissive of it being, oh, we're special and that's why it doesn't affect us differently. She's Chandra, why can't she do it?
I don't even really know if we're all that much more special about it.
For some reason, regardless of that reason, it does affect us differently. We don't have the same reaction to it as everybody else does.
Maybe.
I'm not saying we are special per se, but in that certain aspect, we are.
It might just be because, like, whatever Caxus said, we've activated whatever coming from our ancestors is shielding us. I don't know, maybe something.
Potentially.
It kind of sounds like they used the Icor, though, from Bob's story.
Potentially. But
Zealous kind of looks contemplative and definitely very much back and forth on. He knows this sounds kind of hypocritical at the same time, you know.
Depending on things, I want to talk with the full group again. But since we're taking a moment, I might go back to the bunker tonight to work on silvering weapons. And come back first thing in the morning.
You had to use one of the squishy balls, didn't you, Rokain?
Two of them, didn't you?
2 and back.
So maybe you'll need to bring some more.
Bring some more back and see how many remove curse scrolls Caxus can get his hands on.
Yeah, we might need more than one. Though I hope none of us gets infected with lycanthropy. I didn't like the way Chandra was referring to that person downstairs.
No.
Neither did I. The worst part is she wasn't always this person.
Really?
Do you think I would have fallen in love with a person like that?
No, but if she hid it well.
No, she used to care.
Why'd she stop?
It's hard to say. She always felt like she had to put on a brave face for her team, that she couldn't lean on them, because they needed to see her being strong, needed to know she had the answer. Her mentor, long time ago, told her that the only way to cope with these things is to shut yourself off from them. She always said she didn't want to numb herself to things, but here we are, apparently.
Kind of exactly what I guess she did.
Self-fulfilling prophecy and all that, I suppose.
I mean, if you can't rely on your friends, who can you rely on? Like,
I don't know. I used to be her confidant, but after we ended the romantic part of our relationship, she didn't think she could trust me with that anymore. But apparently she never found someone else that she could confide in and take that from her.
Zealous kind of shakes his head like, oof.
It's not an excuse, but there's your explanation. I don't know if anything else has happened since then. Like, Sori fills me in on things that happen, Audie fills me in on things that happen, but I can't tell you what's happening inside her head.
Yeah. She was acting like that person wasn't even a person, though.
Ygin just kind of sits really heavy on his cot. Like, it's clear he is exhausted now. Mm-hmm. Every weary line in his face, his body's just slumped, his knees resting, his elbows resting on his knees.
Well, about how long will it take you to silver? Because you should get some sleep.
And I will, but It depends. The biggest amount of time will be smelting the silver down into something usable and then sharpening the blades back up once they're coated in it. But
Can you do that in a night with still getting enough sleep? Because if we're about to go out there, I don't think any of us should be sleep deprived.
I should be able to at least make a decent dent. I should at least be able to get all of the silver melted down to get in workable sections of it, even if I can't get everything silvered tonight. Most everyone seems to have reasonably silvered weapons, so it's just kind of adding a few more. And if need be, I can always sharpen in the morning. Just get them silvered tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure Artie would like her dagger back eventually.
Oh, she will. And if it's not given back to her, she'll take that and more from you. Once she's up to herself.
He does kind of chuckle. Like, no.
Kind of glances between the two.
Goes and opens door.
Come in.
Nickel comes in,
Oh, hello, Nickel.
holding a tray that looks quite full, but she's managing to balance it. Thought you all might want some food.
Thank you. Yes. Kind of gestures to, I'm sure there's a table or desk or something in the room.
You
Kinda
need some
goes,
help with that?
I wouldn't mind it. There's drinks. I don't want them to spill.
Zealous will go help.
Kind of sets them down and goes like, I wasn't sure how big of appetites you all had. And you look, it is like, it's not like Caxus meal big, but it's a little more than you need for a light lunch. Mm-hmm. But again, she doesn't know your appetites. And it's hardly fancy. It's kind of not like quite like, oh, it's peanut butter, jelly, and milk, but a little fancier, but not much.
More variety than
They're paninis instead of
PBJs.
yes.
They're grilled PBJs, no.
Honestly, that sounds low-key good.
Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate it.
This is good. Thanks.
Of course, is there anything else you need?
Not that I can think of. at the
Okay,
moment.
kind of looks at the beds put together. So you don't have bigger ones.
It's all right. I've slept in.
Kind of
worse.
gestures to self. I don't exactly need a lot of them.
No, that's fair.
Thank you for letting us stay here.
Of course.
And I'm sure they've thanked you plenty, but thank you for keeping an eye on my friends as well.
Of course, they're trying to help my village not be destroyed. Seems the least I can do. I might like animals and beasts more than people, but I don't not like people.
No, that's fair.
Maybe at some point, if we have time, we can see the rest of the...
Perhaps there's actually been one, sort of trying to scratch at your door now and then. It's quite light, so I understand why it wasn't heard. And
Looks over at door.
it's not there currently. It's like I can... Kind of gives a little whistle. And you see a creature I don't think any of you would know. But it's... The closest you could relate to it is a grung, except it is clearly not like
A frog.
a frog. It's kind of just a little guy. It's a little, and I don't have a picture because I made it up, but it has, I hesitate to say hands. It has 4 appendages. They're clearly like, instead of hands, they're almost like Lego hands, you know, just
Like little grabby claws.
yeah.
Little reacher grabber hands.
Yeah, kind of like a thicker finger on top and a thinner one at the bottom. And it has one eye, and it just gives a happy little boop,
Hi.
boop. And it runs right for Rokain.
Ah.
And it hugs your leg.
Okay.
What's
is
this little guy's name?
He's not usually. He's usually shy, believe it or not. His name is written down.
I love written down.
Penny. No.
What?
Penny.
Close. His name is Lincoln.
What is Lincoln? I don't think I've ever.
Oh, here's a chair ton.
Spell?
Spell, please.
CHERATON.
Do I know what that is?
Make a nature check, but it's gonna be high.
All of us?
Sure, if you want.
I got an 11.
I also got an 11.
Yay!
I got a 16.
So sorry, not enough.
I know. I figured not enough.
She goes, that makes sense. You wouldn't have heard of them. They're nearly extinct. Lincoln's here, one of the only of his kind left.
Poor guy.
Aw.
Which is a shame because they're very sweet. They're not threatening.
Seems to like Rokain.
Their blood has a lot of magical uses. Hence
Why
the
they've been hunted down, yes.
Yes.
Zealous will kind of kneel down and hold out a hand to Lincoln.
You get one of its four and just kind of grabs your hand. And way too much, like a very enthusiastic child.
Yeah, handshake sort of thing. Yeah, we'll smile. Nice to meet you, Lincoln.
Kind of then looks to you, Ygin holds out a different appendage, like, this is a thing we do, yes?
Yeah, Ygin offers his hand and allows the very over-enthusiastic nod. It's very nice to meet you, Lincoln.
Does a happy little shake. Looks up at you, Rokain. Offers appendage.
We'll take one because everyone else did it.
And shakes it thoroughly.
It's some weird combination of dealing with an animal and dealing with a toddler.
Yeah. But when shaked with Rokain, it's a...
What does that mean?
You're special, Rokain.
Oh, good.
I think he likes you.
They don't happen to sense anxiety or anything, do they?
Oh, actually, they have a comforting aura, yes.
Ygin snorts, just like full on snorts.
Zealous laugh.
Rokain's hand is on his face. Like, geez, God,
So you've got an emotional support, Lincoln.
amazing.
Do you feel better?
You actually take a minute, and while, your life isn't great now, you don't feel that,
Existential dread.
yeah. It's not like, oh, things are looking up, but it's a little like, I've told my friends things are okay. It's good they didn't get mad, which are all good thoughts, but they weren't thoughts that Rokain maybe would have.
Yeah. I mean, I feel fine.
That's good.
Does also kind of go to you, Ygin, and gives Pat,
Thank you. It's
but
all right.
does focus on Rokain.
gives him a little head pat.
Yeah,
in
it's a little
return.
I sent some stuff from you too, but I got my hands full. But all four of them.
No, that's fair. It's just yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yep. There you go.
Little bit of a, I'll deal with you later, buddy.
I have a dono. Dono's just with Artie right now. No mechanical comforting presence, but but I have my own little emotional support pseudo dragon.
But yeah, just kind of hugs and lays head on you and
Pat.
pats you back.
Oh, thank
Patty
you.
patty cake. Anyway,
Could you imagine you walk in and just playing patty cake with this thing?
Did you need to take Lincoln with you, or
Lincoln
Free-
is
free
as
to
long
roam?
as you keep him safe. Obviously, don't
We're not
leave
going-
property.
I'm not going
or
to take him
Oh,
with
yeah,
us.
yeah.
No.
No,
No.
but he's obviously I have many magical creatures and they all have their own various intelligence and how much, that line of beast and...
No, yes, of course.
Lincoln is a little bit more autonomous, a little more independent when not acting so shy. Think more like a cat.
Fair enough.
So if he wants to hang out with you lot, not gonna stop him. Just do make sure. I'll leave a list of things you shouldn't really let him get into, or some of it, he has very sensitive skin. If it gets too wet, it'll start cracking.
Oh.
Like, he needs a little bit of wetness every day, but too wet starts cracking.
Noted.
Okay.
Yes. But again, I'll make a small list for you, slide it under the door, just so you know not to give him certain foods he shouldn't.
Yeah, is there anything on this tray we shouldn't give him? Points to big food tray.
Kind of looks at everything she made. Not because it would hurt him, but if you try to give him the tea, he will simply throw it in the air. I don't know why.
Chuckles. Okay.
I think he might be trying to sip it, but it ends up in the air. I'm not sure.
All right. Noted.
Okay.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
your hospitality.
Of course. And heads on out. All the rats, large rats, go with her.
Oh, she has more than
I
one? I thought it was one.
I didn't realize all the rats were with her.
One is only large, but the rest, sometimes they just follow her.
Well, you didn't establish that when she came in, so we
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
know there was
sorry.
also 12 rats in the room.
No,
with
no.
us.
It's her big one, Dine, that always follows her, and then, like, 3 other little ones that you maybe even didn't notice because they are little and they skitter about. They're not, like, swallowing her like a fucking swarm queen.
That's how you implied it. Of all her fucking rats go with her. But
Yeah, but leaves Dimes behind her, and then you notice, like, 3 others darting out, and it's like, oh, they were here too.
I like her.
She's good people.
She's nice.
You all look at each other, agree she's good people. Lincoln looks up, bah! And that's where we'll go to our break.
Hey guys, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast without the support of our listeners. If you'd like to support us even more, you should head over to Patreon and check us out there at patreon.com/rollforfocuspodcast. You'll get all kinds of cool stuff like our hyper-focus episodes that release on our off weeks, where we talk about the episode and our thoughts and predictions about the future of the show, us playing games in and out of character. You can suggest an NPC or a magic item for Emery to give us in the world. There's some fun canon-adjacent shenanigans and backstory info you can find. And we have 2 mini-campaigns running. For patients and higher tiers, we have our first side tangent campaign called The Pilgrimage. Emery and I are running a Tales of the Valiant game where a beastkin war cleric of the trickster god Nakresh is on her very first official pilgrimage. What could go wrong? And Play to Your U tier gets our first off-topic campaign called Clean Slate. It's a quote-unquote blank sheet D&D campaign. What does that mean? You'll have to listen to find out. And we're enacting our very first Patreon stretch goal. When we get to 50 paid tier patrons, Emery is going to run a one-shot where we play a group of adventurers that run into the ancestors before they became the world-saving heroes we know now. Even more fun, patrons will be able to pitch character concepts we'll choose from to build our one-shot characters. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and every dollar we make goes right back into producing our podcast with the hopes we can improve and make it everything our listeners deserve. Thanks!
But yes, you are left with a Lincoln.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, welcome back! I forgot that we paused.
Yeah, we went to break.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys.
We're halfway through this episode.
Are we?
I don't know. That's up to you a little bit more than me.
But yes, welcome back, as everyone has just agreed that Nickel is good people. And Lincoln is there too.
So,
Lincoln is just happy to be here.
Lincoln's a good little Cheriton.
Yeah.
Zealous is going to take a sandwich and break off a bit and give it to Lincoln.
Oh, Lincoln takes it and wolfs it down.
Break off another bit for Ramen and give that to Ramen.
Yeah. Ramen and Lincoln seem like interested in each other, but kind of nervous. Like, I've never seen you. You've never seen anything like me, and I've never seen anything like you. This is weird. You're weird. Are you fun?
Yeah, I think while all that's happening, Ygin does like telepathically reach out to Dono, being like, change plans, we're not leaving. If you want to come find us, you can. Or if you want to stay with Artie, that's also fine.
Yeah, Artie's talking silly stuff with Luxori right now. I'll come.
All right.
I don't quite get all of it.
That's fine. And kind of gives him...
I don't like some of it, though. She's like, oh, just kill me and bring me back. That will work.
I don't like that either.
Like, she's, Artie, that's a haha joke.
But doesn't like the joke.
Would that work, though?
Well, specifically with being able to do resurrection, maybe?
Yeah, but we'll give Dono some, like, gentle instructions on how to get to the room.
It's not permadeath.
But yeah, revivify I don't think would work.
Momentarily.
But yeah, Dono comes in,
Yeah.
rests on your shoulder, kind of looks, new friend?
This is Lincoln. Lincoln, this is Dono.
Offers food to Dono now, too.
Takes a little nibble. This tastes weird.
We'll like find a little chunk of meat out of the sandwich specifically to give to Dono.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It wasn't bad. It just tastes weird. Don't tell Celis I didn't like it.
Okay.
I think Zella can see Ygin offering me, like, probably should have done that.
Tell him I think it was delicious.
He says he thinks it was delicious.
With that suspicious expression on his face at the same time?
Yeah, just the I'm humoring the child look on his face, yes.
Yeah, I think Zella's kind of picks that up. Like, okay.
Meanwhile, Ramen and Lincoln seem to be garbage disposals. You just eaten anything that you give. They don't take without
being offered, but
yeah. Though at one point you do see Lincoln edging towards the tray and specifically the tea, looking fascinated.
Lincoln,
No.
Woo!
no tea. Your mom said no.
Goes back to Rokain and lays head on.
Here, watch. You drink it like this.
Pinky up.
I mean, do you have a pinky? I don't.
Not with the little claw
Yeah,
thing.
not with the weird little claw thing.
At that point, it's like one claw up while holding with the other claw.
Hold all other three claws up.
I mean, you gotta get,
Okay, so two claws
there
up.
you go. Then slowly bring it to your mouth.
Are you actually teaching Lincoln?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I assume Lincoln does not have a cup, though. It's just Rokain showing him.
He might have an empty cup.
Okay,
Just no
empty
tea in
cup.
it.
Okay.
Let's see if he
Kinda-
throws the cup. Oh, no, we don't eat it.
Oh. And then, yeah,
Sip.
starts
Sipping motion.
starts getting it, but instead of throwing it in the air, it seems that, is trying to get it
Yeah.
in mouth, is like throwing it over shoulder, like, huh?
Okay,
Like improvement is happening.
let me teach this creature how to properly drink tea.
Make an intelligence check.
Alrighty.
And I will also make an based on your intelligence check.
A nat 20 for 23.
Advantage for Lincoln.
Now, Lincoln just got a nat 20.
Amazing.
So I think what happens is it's a little awkward with the hands, but I think what eventually happens is you're like, okay, stop trying to do it proper. You just have Lincoln hold the cup on each end with two of appendages, and then
Now we put water in it. Now try that.
yeah.
Zealous is watching this with amusement as he eats and feeds ramen little bits as he's going.
This is a great little way to unwind. He's just like stretched out on his twin double lung cot, and
it's almost like
watching.
this is a really great anxiety relief to focus on.
Now tea.
Looks so excited to finally taste tea and go.
Zealous is gonna fall over laughing.
No, does go back because doesn't want to have Rokain. Goes.
You don't need to lie.
It's okay if you don't like it, Lincoln.
Zealous is just laughing. Just laughing.
Well,
Was not taught how to properly dispose.
that's on me, I guess.
Yeah, so you get to clean that up, okay?
No,
Pours-
Roman, don't drink it.
Pours water again for him. I'll get the
For
rag.
those who don't know, I didn't say it, but I did make a throw in the air motion. And the cup absolutely shattered.
Oh, he threw the whole ass cup. He didn't just throw the liquid out of the cup.
Didn't
Amazing.
throw the plate. Still has the little plate. Does look really sad about the cup. Like, I think it was one of those was holding it and then did it a little too aggressively and...
He yeeted it.
It just flew out of his hands.
Nickel's going to be disappointed in all of us now.
Kind of looks like I still want more water.
I'm sure there's more cups.
Yes.
Yeah, just another cup water gives that.
And then there was some that are clearly not, like, nice tea set cups.
if
just
only
obviously-
I had mending. Oh my god. Could you imagine, like, well, damn, it's
I was
broken.
about to say, it's definitely not coming from Paladin, because Paladins don't cantrip.
I don't know where else it'd be coming from.
Ooze.
No, I'm kind of just
Icor?
seeing...
The Icor, we can do mending.
It gets stitched together with goo. It's fine.
Becomes wibbly wobbly.
It's
We might not want to
it's-
drink out of that.
Oh, I can't remember the word for the Japanese mending with gold.
Kintsugi.
Kitsugi, yes.
I know how to spell it. I cannot pronounce it. But kintsugi. It sounds.
Kintsugi with Icor.
Yeah.
No, for some reason I thought one of them that maybe the other one of you had mending, but no.
Ygin doesn't care that much if he can't get it. He's just kind of spent right now.
It's okay. I
Like,
mean,
this
I'll
has all
clean
been
it
very
up.
cute.
This has all been very sweet, and it's been a lovely, lovely unwind from the very charged event that happened 20 minutes ago. But
Okay, clean up the tea. I'm having a hard
I'm-
time holding ramen.
I'm cleaning, like, he's got, like, a handful of glass and everything. Like, he's cleaning it up.
They're silly. Don't know.
You smoke?
And it's just like, yes, I know.
But we love her.
Yes, we do.
Can I have the tea?
So he takes his cup that had it, kind of holds it up for Dono to take a drink if he wants,
Not bad.
and then does not hesitate to drink after the
Maybe he needs a different flavor of tea.
Perhaps, yes.
Maybe.
Well, you know, cream and sugar,
Something.
milk.
Lots of different ways
Maybe.
you can drink your tea.
Maybe focus on teaching him how to set a glass down once he's done.
Well, yes,
Next.
yeah.
No, here's what the problem was. It was throw up the tea, but was holding the little plate of the cup and didn't realize that the cup was not...
Attached.
Attached to the tea. Was he taking the plate and the cup up with him to drink?
Oh,
So you didn't actually teach him how to drink either.
I did my best. I rolled a 20.
You know what? No, that's fair. That was what was in my head. But he would have learned. So I think it
his
was
bottom
just that...
two hold the plate, and his top two hold
Yeah,
the cup.
The bottom two hold the plate. One holds the cup and has to hold the fourth one up for pinky up.
And maybe it was just that thing of when a kid throws something, they kind of go,
We're done.
like, hands up. So maybe it was, like, not thinking, just hands up. Oh, wait. I do think Lincoln tries to help you with the teacup.
I will pick up the glass. I don't want him picking up glass.
Be careful. Don't want to
Yeah.
prick yourself.
And then, yeah, definitely like, here, have a rag. Let's wipe up the tea.
Yeah, does do that. And then I think very carefully, because you've all told him that the glass can hurt, starts trying to put the pieces back together.
It's all right, Lincoln. You don't have to go through the motions of.
We can
putting
always
that
get
together.
another one.
Yes.
Goes back to not valuable cup of water.
Does Lexori have mending?
I don't know.
No.
I just thought it'd be funny
Does Raiden?
for Ygin to come down and be like, Lexori, can you fix this, please? Oh.
Let me go find a scroll of mending real quick.
Laugh at Raiden.
Hell,
Raiden almost took it, but ended up, I made him get rid of it.
Nickel might. We don't know what she's capable of.
That's true.
But it's fine.
But you have a lovely, but
Early
lunch.
afternoon. Yeah.
You have a new child.
We're not keeping this one though.
No, this one gets to go home.
We're
after.
fostering this one.
Yeah.
You're cat sitting.
But if I am going to go back to Silver Things, I should probably head over sooner than later.
Okay. Do you want to see if the
I want to.
Chandra brought back?
Yes, I want to talk and see how they're doing before I leave. So, if we're all ready,
I'm ready.
Yeah.
then yeah, head.
Just reaches up to hold your hand, okay?
Reaches down to hold Claw.
He likes you.
Yes, I know.
Sounds so thrilled. But yeah, we'll head back down to kind of see what everyone's doing, where everyone's at, sort of thing.
You head down. Chandra is not there.
Probably for the best.
Oh no. How terrible.
Lexori is in a corner with Raiden. Was with Artie, came back, is
No.
in a corner with Raiden, looking very concerned and like whispering, and Raiden is shaking his head again and again.
That gets an arched brow, but he's not going to poke at that at the moment.
Monkek is just going over weapons. A very practical person. I'm going into war. Probably even considering letting you touch his precious
Oh no,
weapon to silver it.
that's impressive.
And Ygin would feel that responsibility.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, okay, yeah, not that I would half-ass any of these, but I'm taking my time on Monkeks.
Like, everyone likes their chosen weapons, but
That's a family weapon. That is a passed down through generations
the only
weapon.
one, like, that's obviously the most sacred, though Artie really loves her dancing short sword.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has a very strong attachment to that. So those would be the two that, if given, it'd be like, very careful, but especially Monkeks.
Especially Monkeks.
Oh, you should bring back Rokain's actual swords.
I have it.
He has a short sword.
I
That's
thought it was just a random one they brought
no,
you back.
that's
No, he
one of
sent
the
mine
ones
back.
Caxus
Oh,
sent
okay.
was his proper short sword.
I thought it was a random one.
No.
That almost got blown up. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it did, but it survived.
It's a sword, yeah.
It could be worse.
And Helen is also not here.
No.
That concerns Ygin a little bit more, but
And Artie is presumably
in her sickbed, yes.
Yo, yeah. Is the prisoner person awake?
not yet.
Okay.
Does seem to be like, not like,
Not quite coming to, but on the verge of coming to.
yeah, seems a lot less like in deep sleep. Like, you could probably just talk, like, be like, hey, and they'd wake up naturally. But the agreement was to let them come to on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's anything happening with them as they come in.
Lexori looks up, has a comforting, almost protective grip on Raiden's shoulder, and you two can roll insight. Ygin knows this automatically. She's angry.
Oof. kind of gets a concerned look from Ygin.
I rolled a nat 1.
Good.
I got a 14. I rolled an 11.
I got a 0.
You can tell something.
Everything's fine here.
Yeah. You can tell she knows how to school her emotions, and you may not know the level of anger or what Lexori being angry means, obviously, but you can tell she is at the very least annoyed.
Okay. I mean, I'd be annoyed after everything that just went down, too.
I don't know shit. I got a 0.
Good job.
My dice are so mean to me today.
And she goes, no, they haven't woken up yet.
Okay.
But they seem to be doing well, at least.
Not worse.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is everything all right? He says knowing nothing is all right.
Well, and Raiden just starts shaking his head. Yeah, everything's fine. And, like, you have noticed that Raiden usually has, like, a cloak and the hood is up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even with how he was brushing it off initially without that, his usual about Raiden isn't there, as it is deeply more concerned and kind of gives an almost bewildered look to Lexori that's clearly, did Chandra fucking hit him?
If that is what is communicated, she gives a nod.
This is the first time Yggin's ever been angry on Raiden's behalf. What is happening here?
Like, you don't know the extent, but even just a slap would have rocked Raiden this way.
No, yeah, and if he's hiding his face, it's because
It's
it left a mark.
Yeah, at the very least, a red mark.
I say she bopped Rokain and gave him a bruise.
Yeah,
I would
so
say
it's like
12 damage is a little more than a bop, but
Yeah. But it's that thing of, even if she just slapped him, it was hard enough to leave a mark, and even if it had been a love tap.
you don't do that to your friends.
Yeah.
Unless they say something awful.
But in this instance,
slapping
the
Rokain.
awful wouldn't be, oh, you murderous bitch, how dare you? It's, hey, maybe you're going a little too far. How dare you undermine me? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Zella's just kind of looking over, not catching on, just like...
Yeah, same.
Just like there's a lot of nonverbal communication happening here right now.
And I don't know what exactly it's all saying.
But yeah, that there's a very obvious clinch in Yggin's jaw and a furrow in his brow as just that anger kind of radiates off of him, but allows Raiden to kind of brush it off for now, because now's not the time to make a deal out of it.
Yeah, you can clearly tell now, knowing that Lexori's like, let me heal you. Raiden is probably, because there's probably no actual damage unless she did full on punch this bitch, which you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know, and he's a squishy sorcerer, so
So maybe, but if it was just a slap, wouldn't have taken more than like 2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, actually it's plus your strength, isn't it?
yep, unarmed strike is, well, she's proficient in unarmed strike as a monk.
Yeah.
But yes, an unarmed strike is typically 1 plus your strength mod.
Can I at least tell Ygin looks...
Yeah, he's not hiding that he is upset.
Okay, because then Zella's gonna message you like, what's going on?
Believe for some reason Chandra hit Raiden, but we're not getting into it right now.
I think his eyes kind of widen, but he does not say anything out loud. Like,
Yeah.
I think he just get back like, oh shit.
Okay, just do.
Yeah, but he kind of like I said, lets it brush off and looks at Lexori. Where are Harlan and Chandra?
Chandra is, from what I know, at a lake nearby trying to cool off, and Harlan is punching a tree outside.
Fair enough.
Are they okay?
They're from a Ryu.
Oh.
So this is hitting them particularly hard.
Yeah, definite expression of understanding of... ooh.
And they don't know. They know this has happened to multiple villages, and we haven't been able to.
Get to their home village.
Yeah. Just to check.
How far away is the home village?
It's maybe a day and a half's travel north, but again, we don't know where all this man's hit, so we know he kind of came from the northwest, but that doesn't mean that it's for sure.
Mhm. And unfortunately can't take the time to travel there and check when he's closer.
No.
Ygin just gives a real sympathetic look and
Zealous is biting his tongue because his thought was, no, that sounds like something you should be able to take the time to go do and check on your family and people you care about. But he's not going to say that because he suspects it's Chandra saying no to that.
Honestly, it could also be Harlem because these people here are actively under attack, and if their village is dead...
they just wasted 3 days, basically.
Yes, but Zealous doesn't know Harlan as well. And
No,
only
yeah.
has what he's seen of
And
Chandra.
just know Chandra's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Past that, who's to say?
So,
I wanted to check in on everyone. I know there's more we need to talk about, but if weapons need to be silvered, I need to head back to our bunker to get to my forge.
Yes. She hands you her mace. I'd rather use a weapon I'm used to than my backup.
No, that's fair.
And I'm sure some of the others would.
Yes, I'll check in with everyone.
yeah, I guess can you do this dagger that I got from Theo, the +1 dagger that's nicer?
Yeah. I should be able to, yes.
That way I can give Artie hers back eventually.
Do you want me to silver a short sword for you, Rokain? He said A, not your.
Yeah, I
A.
know. There was the moment of just like a preferably, yes, I would like one, but I mean, if I have to, the glaive will work.
Do you want him to silver the spear? Since you've been practicing with that?
I think at this moment, practicing needs to be in less practical.
Yeah.
So
Are you any good with the glaive?
I've used one
It's-
twice before.
it's kind of what you do with one pole arm, you do with all pole arms. No, you don't, but it's fine.
He's proficient. He knows how to use it technically. It's just
He's
not...
proficient with spears too.
Yeah.
So like,
But
and his strength is higher now.
I'll
that's fair.
get another short sword silvered, so we can both have one.
I'd say more arrows, but I think we're a little okay on that right now, and I think that definitely the swords and stuff are more important.
I can probably do a few more arrows for at least Rokain and myself. You've got
That sounds like a
plenty
good
of
idea.
bolts, and
But mine might not be
arrowheads
used.
will be very simple to quickly do for you.
And Lexoria goes, maybe, if Raiden ever uses a weapon, it's usually crossbows, if you wouldn't mind maybe taking some of...
Doing
Oh,
some
I
more
can
bolts.
give
Yes.
you some of mine.
You can have your bolts if it's not any trouble.
I'll do as much as I can, either way.
And if not, you can share some.
Here,
with
just
Raiden.
take some right now. Like, Zealous will pull out half the bowls, because again, he doesn't really use the crossbow, so like, might as
And neither
well.
does Raiden, but it's like that, okay...
If we're out of spells.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, we'll just pull out and give him not divided by 4. 7. Give him 7. Or
Well-
6, I guess. Yeah.
Well, 15 is 7 and 8.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
So 7 to him, 8 to you.
Yeah. Hand over.
Are you out of lead?
I am out of lead. Shit.
I think Lexoria does come to you, Rokain. Would you like me to kind of gestures to Booze heal that?
It'll be fine. Just a little bit of rest and we'll be back up and ready to go.
But yeah, no, Zealous has no problem just handing over the bolts right now. Like, I probably won't use it, honestly, so, you know.
Yeah, Raiden
go.
just goes, I probably won't either, but...
It's good for you both to have some, and I'll
Yeah.
do my best to make some more while I'm at the bunker.
See if Caxus has any, too, maybe.
Just if he already has anything that's silvered on hand, yes.
Yeah.
That will save me time.
But everybody else already has silvered stuff?
Yes, though I do think some people would like their main weapons silvered. Just, you know, it's the ones we're most comfortable with. So if we have the option, it's not like it hurts.
No.
Yeah, no, just do we need to go get Harlan then for see?
I can touch base with
Okay.
Harlan before I leave. It's best that we don't all go to them if they're working off some steam right now.
And he's just assuming Chandra punches, so like we're not going to silver her fist.
At best, find some silvered knuckles for her or something.
Just dip her hands on the silver.
Honestly, I can make this work.
Hand would just be melted off.
No, I know.
But, yeah, I hate to not be here if our friend wakes up, but I trust Rokain and Zealous to handle things. Speaking of, that's what he reaches into his bag and pulls out the sending stone and offers it out to you. If I'm going to be at the bunker, I don't need to be holding on to this.
That's a good point. I don't care who takes it though.
He motioned for you to take it.
Okay.
Then, yeah, that's what Ygin didn't have a preference either. So it's just holding it out for one of the two of you to take, and then we'll give it to Zealous.
Rokain doesn't want responsibility right now.
That's fair. And the fact he's willing to let go of that is growth.
About how many minutes are left? How long did it?
2 or 3 are
Okay.
left for today.
Okay, so it'd be more than enough if you need to. Okay.
Then, kind of give Sori's shoulder a squeeze, and then we'll start making the rounds, check in with Monkek, and anything special you want silvered.
Yeah, Monkek looks at you.
What's his weapon usually? I know it's the special ancestral thing, but what kind of blade is it?
Great axe.
Great axe, okay.
Ooh.
I'm sure I can find a great axe for you if you want something like that silvered.
Kind of goes, but it wouldn't be as good as mine.
No, but it'll at least be something you're comfortable holding.
It's not that I don't trust your work, it's just...
No, I understand. It's a special blade to you.
Kind of nods, it just gives you a different great axe.
Fair enough. He's just dropping these into the bag of holding at this point. That's just easier, because otherwise he'd just have so many fucking weapons on him.
Yeah.
He's just dropping them into the bag of holding.
And so he goes, I know she won't be fighting, but just in case, maybe offer Odie as well.
Of
we
course.
don't know if anyone will attack here.
No, yes. I'll stop in with her before I leave, just in general.
I think Monkek looks at you, Rokain. Kind of goes, you, come sit.
He won't bite. It's all right.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming Lincoln's still
Yeah. He doesn't even blink at Lincoln.
fucking anxiety just pops up a little bit.
Yeah, Lincoln holds tighter. You're a fighter as well.
Yeah.
You are most comfortable with a short sword.
Yeah.
You know how to use others, but you're not as comfortable.
Yeah.
We should train. And just stands up and gestures for you to follow.
Okay.
Egan's gently amused at that.
It gives back yeah, he's not gonna fucking bite, but he's gonna beat the shit out of me.
You'll be fine.
You should be used to that with Kursai.
It's a look, yeah. It's not a
No, Egan does give it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so he goes, he'll take it easy on you. I hope.
Monkek's version of easy, though.
Yes.
I just hope he doesn't get mad and react with his Iker abilities.
I'm going to go check on Harlan and ask if there's anything they'd like me to silver for them.
Zella's kind of jealous. Oh, you get training? That's not fair.
So he looks at you, Zealous, and normally it should be Raiden, the other sorcerer, but she goes, I know you're not a cleric, but maybe I can teach you some simple healing herbs and things for in the future?
I can try learning. I have not done any of that before.
It's always a good lesson to have. Even I do it with my abilities. You never know when you might get stuck in an anti-magic chamber or something.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
But she kind of sits you down and sits at table and just is gonna start teaching you.
Cool. Zealous will listen and learn, hopefully.
And you go to Harlan.
Yeah, Egan makes his way out, kind of gives Harlan a wide berth, because knows better than to startle the barbarian person, kind of gives a wide berth and just kind of circles around until he's in Harlan's kind of periphery.
The tree they are punching is hanging on by a fucking thread. And it's not a tiny tree. It is a thick.
Ygin will wait patiently until
Kinda
they're done.
Like in his eyesight sort of thing.
Yeah, just in their periphery. So like they're aware he's there, but he's not like rushing them either.
Yeah, at this point, Harlan's just gonna finish the job, timber, all that.
No, that's fair.
Make sure it's safe, of course. Like, as it starts falling, goes under, holds.
And guides it down.
They are not irresponsible with their venting.
Oh, yeah.
Turns to you. Just nods.
Yeah, Ygin comes forward and just claps them on the shoulder real solid, both comforting and reassuring.
I think with that, you've gotten maybe 3 of these in the decades you've known Harlan. Harlan just hugs you.
Aww. Yeah, Ygin gives that big dad lion bear hug back.
Yeah, and Harlan is, like, I don't think taller than you. Or maybe? I know I have their heights in.
You've sent those to me semi-recently.
You did describe them as being a pretty big person.
Oh, yeah.
They are large, yes. You have Harlan at 6'11". They absolutely are taller than Ygin. Ygin's only like 6'5", 6'6". I don't remember right offhand.
I was pretty sure, because Harlan, I think, is the largest person of the group.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because it's not like Asima,
Inherently large, yeah.
but it's a little...
It's a little weird because my head's like in their chest.
But it's still nice.
No, yeah.
And it's that you give big enveloping hugs, but like, so do they, because like, even if they're not trying to give a bear hug, every hug from Harlan is a bear hug.
It's kind of hard not to be a bear hug.
Yeah.
From that 6'11" jacked person, yeah. But they get a good solid hug from Ygin, and he just lets that linger for as long as they want to do that. Disney cast member style, you don't end the hug first sort of thing.
Aww.
Yeah. Eventually breaks it.
It's like, I'm going back to our safe house to silver some weapons. Do you want me to silver anything for you?
You get the message as they point at themselves of like, can I come with, or?
Unfortunately, it's somewhere that only Rokain, Zealous, and I can go.
Nods. Goes to stuff, not that they were using weapons, but gives you their javelin, their hand axe, and their luminous war pick.
Ooh.
And
Fancy.
then kind of shakes the war pick like first priority. Doesn't expect you to get all of them. Actually, 1 second. Gives you 15 javelins.
Damn.
I feel like they just like have this bundle of javelins, and Ygin just opens his bag of holding so they can just drop them in.
They are tied together.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, that's handy. Be careful when you reach into that bag of holding later that you don't nick yourself on a weapon.
You have to will the item to you in a bag of holding. It's fine.
Will it to you.
Yeah, that was,
handle first.
But that was one of the reasons it was hard for Harlan to just be like, silver stuff.
Yeah.
This fountain of silver.
I'll take care of the war pick, and I'll make sure it's done first. But I'll get as much as I can done in one night.
Kind of gives you a look like, don't
It's like, I know I will get the appropriate amount of sleep as well.
Gives a nod. Claps you on the back. And I think, given what they were just doing and everything, they're very usually mindful of their strength, but it is a little, not painful, but just like jerks you forward.
But I also don't jerk forward as much as I used to have.
Yeah.
Because I'm stronger now. So it's still just, but not quite the ragdoll reaction.
Kind of tilts head because notices that. And if you don't object,
we'll flex for that. It's like, I mean, obviously no one is as impressive as you, but I have gotten stronger.
Just the whole.
just that thing of like, yeah.
Obviously you're not hitting me, but again, weird things have happened to me over the past couple of months.
gives a nod, and again, in that way, because you speak Hurlin, just like, basically like, I'm here to listen.
No, I know. And same goes for you.
Kind of smirks.
You know what I mean. I'm here for you.
Nods. I think gives you another hug, not as long as the first.
More brief bro hug, yeah.
Kind of looks at tree, moves to it, really quick gestures for hand axe, cuts it in a bit, and then Captain America style
Just rips it in half.
starts ripping it in half.
I'm sure
I'm
sure Nickel will appreciate the extra firewood.
It's like if they're gonna let their rage out, they're gonna do it in a way.
Productive fashion.
Hopefully Nickel said it was okay to knock that tree down in the first place.
Look,
Hurlin is a little in it right now and maybe did not ask.
it's fine. It's fine.
And it's not like Luxori knew that Hurlin was going to punch it to falling.
But yeah. Just gives them one more clap before heading back inside to head to Artie's room.
Yeah, you head to Artie's room. Artie immediately smiles at seeing you and goes, "Hey there, big guy."
Hey, Artie. How are you feeling?
100%.
Don't lie to me.
80%.
All right. He kind of laughs, but sits down beside her bedside. It's like, I'm heading to our safe house to work on silvering some weapons. Is there anything you want me to take for you? Or anything you want me to silver for you while I'm there?
Yeah, go ahead and take my short sword, and if you promise to treat her right like a lady, you can take Sydney.
You know I will treat Sydney properly. I would never dream of harming Sydney.
I know, just, nice and gentle.
I am never anything but unless I am asked politely.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying she prefers a gentle touch. She likes to be praised. She's not like me at all.
I will treat her the way she deserves to be treated.
Very
I
good.
Promise.
And even, gives you the command word for, just in case, for whatever reason, you kind of want to test how it moves.
Mm-hmm. While it's silvered, make sure it's handling the extra weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have quite the afternoon ahead of me. But
man, that's a bummer. You're gonna get all sweaty and the muscles, and I'm gonna miss that.
Mm-hmm. If it makes you feel any better, everyone's going to miss that.
Not whoever's back there.
I don't think he's going to be studying me while I'm working. He's going to be looking for a remove curse scroll for you.
Don't waste that. Not when he has access to that show. And if you say he wouldn't be interested in that show, then that man is either not attracted to men or does not have taste.
I appreciate that, Artie, but even if he was, I think he'd be too embarrassed to do so. But just gives her an affectionate hair ruffle.
Yeah. And goes, I got this whole resurrection plan with Luxori if there isn't a remove curse spell, but also, I could be a badass werewolf.
But I'm going to vote that resurrection is plan X or Y on the list of plans. There's so many things we can do in between A and that.
Fine. I thought it was a good idea.
It's a concerning idea.
Kind of chuckles.
But
all right, big guy, be safe.
you as well. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
Will do. Don't break Sydney's heart.
I would never. You know me, I'm a gentleman.
Except when you're asked not to be.
Except when I'm asked not to be.
And you head out.
Yeah, kind of do any last minute things. He's not bothering going to go find Chandra. There's nothing that needs to be said there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll kind of do any last minute things he needs to do, and then we'll fuck off to the bunker.
And that is where we'll end our episode.
Woo!
Woo! Hey, not nearly as stressful.
Not nearly as charged.
Gonna need to put a trigger warning in there still, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last one's gonna have a lot of trigger warnings.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yep.
We're at the end, so we haven't done it, but
Meow.
I'm trying to be accurate.
No, it's fine. We're just all very quiet and awkwardly exchanging looks. As you're like counting and double checking.
Give this to Cody.
Oh, hey, nice. Sorry.
I earned my first clear one and 2 more white ones.
Nice.
If I weren't heading back to the bunker, I need another pill bottle. I have so many.
Hey, I got a white and a black.
I'm like tallying up your fucking actions.
Carry the 2.
Yeah, that's what I was
Multiply by 4.
Square root of pi.
I made a mistake with Artemis.
Oh, they get a second
I got
white
another
one.
white one. Oh my god, I actually have a pretty decently full pill bottle. That's so unusual. Well, Mars over there has fucking 2.
I got a white and black.
Nice. Your whites are actually more full than your blacks.
That's because these ones are smaller.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's fair.
the black ones.
I still have more
some
black.
of them are also.
Yeah.
I would say I still have more black.
All right, but yeah. Good thing I didn't do that when the episode ended, because this is our last one recording today, and
It's fine.
But thank you so much for listening. We hope you had just as much fun listening as we had playing. And remember,
Play
to your you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of all things TTRPG related, which I know you are because you're listening to us, you should go check out Crescent Moon Alchemy Co. Michaela and Ryan put all their love into their products, and a portion of each order goes to help support green initiatives. They've got a bunch of cool stuff like potion bottle dice rollers, fidgets, shirts, mugs, and an amazing backpack with more than enough room for all your adventuring gear, and so much more. We're super excited to be ambassadors for them. So go to crescentmoonalchemyco.com/RFF15 and use code RFF15 for 15% off your first order. Do you want a shirt or a poster with your favorite Ouroboros boy on it? Maybe a mug with the Ouroboros symbol? Your very own special depression blanket? Maybe a journal with Thiel's Magpie Shop logo? We have all of that and so much more in our merch store. You can find it at ttrpgswag.com/pages/roll4focus. 50% of all profits go straight to us, and 50% go to TTRPG Swag for hosting and helping. Make sure to check it out. Thank you for listening to Roll for Focus. Make sure to rate and review wherever you listen. Episodes are edited and transcribed by the Roll for Focus team. Character art is by Ygin. She can be found at linktree/Ygin. That's MEDEKH. Intro-outro music is The Last Dragon by Alex Bass. Background music is by Christopher Gallivan. You can follow all our socials, which can be found on our website, rollforfocus.com, or in our link tree. If you want to do more to support us, you can make donations at our Ko-fi or subscribe to our Patreon for as little as $1 a month for all sorts of goodies like access to character sheets, games in and out of character, mini campaigns, shoutouts at the end of the episodes, and more.
Hey everyone, thank you all so much for all the support you give. We especially want to thank our patrons, like those who have found enlightenment and know that it's best to play to your you, like Luchik and MN House of Cats. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do this without you.
I thought you were about to be like fucking ramen scratching at the door, and I was gonna be like, when did ramen leave?
Yeah, I also assumed it was going to be like this new little one I've been trying to catch, it's been scratching at your door. No, that's mine!
Yeah.
No, that's mine. Don't take my son.
Don't open this until I tell you to. Okay.
Okay.